I wanted to do an instant reaction to this Cincinnati Bengals Pittsburgh Steelers game. I didn't want to make separate videos, so I said I was going to put it all in one video, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. Also, we got to have a moment of silence for the Cleveland Browns. They may.
I did want to
be the most goofiest organization in sports history, not just the NFL. Let's talk about it. So, first and foremost, before we even get into the Bengals-Steelers game, which was an excellent game for entertainment purposes, great game to watch. We saw two quarterbacks who are a total combined age of like 82 years old. They called it the Icy Hot Bowl. I saw the Unk Bowl. Those boys showed out. But I got to talk about the Cleveland Browns real quick. You heard Mike Tomlin. He gave his piece on the situation. How do you trade a quarterback to your in-state rival that's in your division? Why does every time a player leave the Cleveland Browns, they go off and succeed? Joe Flacco was just washed up. He couldn't do nothing. You ran him out of Cleveland. He goes to Cincinnati, and now he's having a 3.0 moment. Now he's looking like Joe Montana. Well, I don't know how y'all Cleveland fans do it. It'll be some real conversations happening in the Browns locker room and in that building tomorrow after what we just saw Joe Flacco do. And we're going to go ahead and just jump into it. Joe Flacco proved that he is still a viable quarterback. I don't know if he can give you a full season of that, but if you put weapons around him and you just tell him to read and react, that's exactly what he's going to do. The man threw for 350 yards tonight. 350 yards. Was just throwing dots all over the field. Jamar Chase had, 14 catches? T. Higgins got off. I can't think, Iosova. I think that's how you say his last name. He got off. Noah Fant was eating. Even Chase Brown ate because Joe Flacco was throwing that ball all over the yard. And Pittsburgh couldn't just key in on those weapons, the wideouts. So Chase Brown was looking like Brian Westbrook from the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, he was going crazy. I mean, that offense was running. And listen, they say they season tonight. They also probably saved Zac Taylor's job. And the way the Bengals schedule looks coming up, they may be able to run the table. That puts them at 2-4. And their schedule is very light going forward. And you can get this play out of Joe Flacco. Last week when they lost to Green Bay, Joe Flacco started to play well. Remember, he's only been there 10 days. And he's already built a relationship with the receivers and stuff. So if the defense can do just enough, they're going to be in the running until Joe Burrow come back. So you got Joe Cool over there. You got Joe Burrow. And them boys look good. They did enough to win tonight. I mean, we saw Joe Flacco doing zone reads. I mean, I thought it was Jalen Hurts out there the way he was running. I'm joking. But, I mean, Zac Taylor schemed up a game. He had the Pittsburgh Steelers on their heels the whole night. And to run that zone read for Joe Flacco to pick up like 12 or 13 yards was crazy. Again, you know, especially being that Joe is like 6'5", 6'6", he sees over the offensive line and the defensive line. You could tell even when they were trying to get pressure up the middle on him, he was able to just throw it over the top. Just throw it over the top. No problem. I mean, he was just hitting them. I don't think Joe threw any ball that could have been intercepted tonight. So kudos to Joe Flacco. They tried to leave you for dead in Cleveland. They said you was done. That was greatly exaggerated. You still got something left in the tank. And I'm glad you went somewhere where they'll appreciate you and you can get back on the map. So congratulations to Joe Flacco. You did your thing. And when you got that dynamic duo over there in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and add them other guys in there too, they could be the most dangerous offense in the NFL. We all know that. So he definitely did his thing. We got to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. When do we, at this point in time, if I'm the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, give that call down to Mike Tomlin and tell him to leave the defense alone? Him or Terrell Austin, I don't know who it is, but y'all are a package. But I know Mike Tomlin has his hands all on that defense. All they give up is inside slants. They give up all the leverage to the inside. Every play. And you're playing a dynamic offense. You got to give them different looks. And they carved that defense up. They were out of place. You got Jamar Chase running drag routes. Nobody keeping up with where Jamar Chase is. He's running drag routes. People wide open. Giving up all that inside leverage. It's 3rd and 18. It's 3rd and 20. It's 3rd and 12. First down. First down. First down. First down. So you work so hard on first down and second down. But when it gets to 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 17, you can't get off the field. This is the same thing that's been happening with the Mike Tomlin-led defenses for the last 3-4 years. No different. Go back and look at all the tape. If the All-22 comes out tomorrow, go check out the All-22. Tell me if I'm wrong on what I'm saying. Mike Tomlin does not know what he's doing on defense. Whatever defense he comes from, that Tampa Bay, Tony Dungy defense, whatever the case may be, that's over. He is outdated on defense. I've been saying this for years. I've made videos about it. You can check on the channel, whatever. He is not good on defense. He relies on these guys' talents. You got the Jalen Ramseys, Cam Haywards, TJ Watts. When Minka Fitzpatrick was with the Steelers, you have all these guys, Patrick Queens. His defenses are good by schemes. It's good by namesake. And when namesake go up against other namesake, the Pittsburgh defense got exposed. And Pittsburgh Steelers defense has not been good all year. Any team who has a threat of an offense burns up the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. They spent $170 million on defense alone. You have not had a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger retired. And he was a shell of himself when he retired. So you really ain't had a quarterback in about 5 years. You haven't had a quarterback in about 5 years. You get a rejuvenated Aaron Rodgers, who, I'm going to be honest, I didn't think Aaron Rodgers was going to look like that. I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be a game manager and everything else. But this is what you're getting? This dude looks like Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay who won the MVP. This is 2 games straight that he's out here balling. And this is what your overpriced defense gives you. Now, either the players are bad or the schematics are bad. It's either one or two things. The only thing I can say is this is the same thing we saw last year. This is the same thing we saw the year before last and the year before that. Different characters, but same results. Isn't that weird? When are people going to blame Mike Tomlin for this garbage defensive schematics that he runs? I don't want to hear nothing in the press conference about components and all this other goofy stuff. You had 3rd and 15. You got them in deep trouble. 3rd and 15s, 3rd and 20s, and they just get them. They just get anybody that plays the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. You're going to be able to run crossers and deep slants because they're not going to play nowhere near inside. They're not going to play any inside leverage, any inside technique. You're going to have free runs. And you're wondering why the defenses are getting confused. They're always out of sorts. There's always bad communication. They're awful on defense. And now it's time, when you finally got a quarterback and you got an offense that's humming, the defense is getting exposed. And I'm so glad that it's getting exposed now. And I'm going to tell you why. See, it was easy to say when you had Kenny Pickett as your quarterback, or Justin Fields, or the first iteration of Mason Rudolph, or whoever it was, Mitch Trubisky. It was easy to say that, hey, our offense is so bad that our defense is tired. We got to play this way. Now you have an offense that is scoring points, that can move the ball up and down the field. You even had Warren go for over 120 plus yards today. So you got everything from the offense today, and your defense couldn't step up and make any type of plays. And I wouldn't say anything about it, but this is a trend that's been going on for the last few years. And if you look at this year, every time they play an offense with any type of sense, they're getting burnt up on defense. This was a game that the Pittsburgh Steelers could have took a big jump, and they didn't. They had a chance to really take over the division. And when Mike Tomlin has games that he needs to get, when the lights come on, his teams never show up. His offense did, but his defense, nope. So this is one that I hope the sports media gets involved on, because I know they love to say that Mike Tomlin hasn't had a roster. This is probably Mike Tomlin's best roster since the Killer Bees. And by the way, that team didn't get it done. The Pittsburgh Steelers can't beat elite teams or teams with elite offenses, because they have an out-of-date defensive coordinator in Mike Tomlin and Terrell Austin. I don't know if Terrell Austin isn't calling the plays or whatever is going on, but this looks like the same thing they've been running the last 3-4 years. And it's trash. It's just what it is. So I just wanted to get quick thoughts on that. The Cincinnati Bengals, I think they're about to get rolling. All they got to do is kind of sit around 500, and the schedule favors them right now. So they probably go get back into this race in the AFC North. It wouldn't surprise me. Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco. I called him the Grim Reaper for a reason. Every time he come to your team, he comes to a new team. He like Jack Reacher. He just go to a new city and he go do his thing. The Browns, they just a goofy organization. Let's just call it what it is. Everybody would be getting fired in Cleveland in the morning if it was me. But, again, it ain't my team. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, they ain't going to never get over the hump the way they do things. They talk tough, but they can't cash them checks, though. The results do not match up with this. That's all I really got to say about it. I just wanted to come and drop a quick video, quick reaction to the game. And salute to Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. These guys are older gentlemen. They'll be able to get the senior citizen coffee in a few years. And they went out there and they slung it around. That was one of the best duos I've seen in a while at the quarterback position. So salute to those guys. I just wanted to drop this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. To the next video. Peace.